Welcome back to USA News Hub. Here, we bring you the latest updates, highlights, and breaking news from the world of sports. Stay tuned as we dive into today's top stories and key moments you don't want to miss. Coco Gauff eases into Wuhan Open semifinals. U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff breezed into the semifinal of the 2025 Wuhan Open with a straight sets win over Germany's Laura Siegemund on Friday, October 10th. The world number 3 dominated the match, taking the first set, 6-3 and shutting out Siegemund in the second, 6-0. After exchanging breaks early in the first set, Gauff took control, maintaining her impressive serve percentages. She scored 8 aces while taking down Siegemund's own service game, breaking her opponent's serve 4 times and pressuring her to commit 5 double faults. The USA player will next face either Italy's Jasmine Paolini or Poland's Iga Swiatek in the semi-final on Saturday. On a warm Friday afternoon in Wuhan, fans packed the stands to watch the world number 3, Coco Gauff, take on veteran German Laura Siegemund in what promised to be an exciting quarterfinal clash. And Coco didn't disappoint. From the very first point, Gauff displayed a mix of focus, aggression, and maturity that's become her trademark this season. After an initial exchange of breaks early in the opening set, the American quickly took control of the match. Her first serve was clicking, her ground strokes were crisp, and her movement, as always, was world-class. Gauff sealed the first set 6-3, capitalizing on her superior consistency and her ability to dictate play from the baseline. But if the first set was competitive, the second was simply a masterclass. Laura Siegemund, known for her crafty slices and counterpunching style, found herself completely overpowered by Gauff's relentless pace and accuracy. Coco broke Siegemund's serve 4 times in total and won an incredible 6 straight games in the second set to close it out 6-0, a statement of dominance and intent. What stood out most in this quarterfinal wasn't just Gauff's power, but her strategic intelligence. She mixed up her game beautifully, going for deep topspin forehands one moment, and then throwing in drop shots and volleys the next. Her serve was particularly impressive, 8 aces, an excellent first serve percentage, and the confidence to go big even under pressure. Siegemund struggled to respond, committing 5 double faults and failing to find her rhythm. Gauff's returning game was sharp. She read the German slice serve perfectly, stepped inside the baseline, and punished short balls with pinpoint winners. The performance reminded everyone why Coco Gauff is one of the most complete young players on tour, a blend of athleticism, power, and tactical awareness far beyond her years. This win marks another big milestone for Gauff in what's been a remarkable run on Chinese soil. She began her Wuhan campaign with a dominant performance against China's own Zhang Shuai, winning 6-3, 6-2 in the round of 16. That match wasn't as straightforward as the scoreline suggests. Gauff had to save multiple breakpoints early on and even faced a couple of tricky service games. But she held her nerve, relied on her athletic defense, and flipped the pressure back on Zhang. Speaking after that match, Coco admitted it wasn't her cleanest performance. "It was a good match, a little bit up and down," she said on court. "It wasn't my best level in some points, but I'm glad that I got there." That self-awareness is what defines her. Even when she's not at her absolute best, Gauff finds a way to win, and that's the mark of a true champion. The Wuhan Open semi-final appearance is Coco Gauff's second consecutive WTA 1000 semi-final in China, following her deep run at the China Open in Beijing last week. There, she fell to the eventual champion Amanda Anisimova, but the experience clearly fueled her hunger for redemption. Now, she's back, stronger, and more confident than ever. In total, Gauff has now recorded 16 career wins on Chinese courts, a stunning statistic for a player who's still just in her early 20s. She's becoming a fan favorite in the region, with her mix of charisma, humility, and electrifying tennis energy. Her growing comfort playing in Asia could prove crucial as she looks to finish the season strong, chasing big ranking points, year-end titles, and momentum heading into 2026. Up next for Coco is another exciting battle. She'll face either Italy's Jasmine Paolini or world number 1 Iga Swiatek in the semi-final. If it's Paolini, expect a contest full of speed, agility, and counterpunching fireworks. The Italian has enjoyed her best season yet and knows how to handle long rallies. But if it's Swiatek, well, that's a rivalry everyone wants to see again. Two of the biggest names in women's tennis, both in red-hot form, fighting for a spot in the final. Regardless of who stands across the net, one thing is certain: Coco Gauff is ready. Gauff's progression over the past year has been phenomenal. Since capturing her first Grand Slam title at the 2023 US Open, she's evolved into one of the most consistent and well-rounded players on the WTA Tour. Her fitness, mental strength, and court coverage continue to impress, but what really stands out now is her poise. Every match feels like part of a bigger mission, not just to win, but to refine, adapt, and conquer. And her results speak for themselves. Multiple WTA titles, deep runs at nearly every major, and a consistent top 3 ranking. She's proven that she's not just a young talent anymore. She's an elite contender, week in and week out. With this semi-final result, Coco Gauff strengthens her position in the race to the WTA finals. Every point counts as she aims to qualify among the top 8 women of the season, and based on her current trajectory, she's a lock. More importantly, her performances in Asia show that she's adapting brilliantly to different surfaces, climates, and playing styles, essential qualities for a world champion. Fans around the world are loving Gauff's growth story. Social media is flooded with clips of her blistering forehands, sliding defensive gets, and passionate fist pumps. Her sportsmanship and energy have made her a role model for young players, especially in the US, where she's seen as the face of a new tennis generation. Just 21, Coco is already inspiring millions. Her composure under pressure, her willingness to improve, and her ability to bounce back from setbacks make her one of the most admired athletes on the planet. And in tournaments like the Wuhan Open, we're seeing her blossom right before our eyes, into a player capable of dominating the sport for years to come. The successful run in the People's Republic of China marks the second consecutive WTA 1000 semi-final for Gauff. She competed in the China Open semi-final less than a week ago, falling to eventual champion Amanda Anisimova. Gauff has now recorded 16 wins on Chinese courts across her career. The USA tennis titan continued her solid form in the People's Republic of China, as she beat home hope Zhang Shuai 6-3, 6-2 in the round of 16 on Thursday. It's a quick turnaround for World No. And this time broken on her serve before Zhang held to level it up. That's all for today's update on USA News Hub. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest sports news and highlights from around the world.